Good morning, my friends. Well, I wasn't planning on being here, but I do have a couple minutes here. The parents are sleeping in a little bit, so might as well. Let's go ahead and take a look here at what's happening and what happened yesterday, I should say. So let's jump back real quick. And it was pretty much just a nice straight directional day. You can see right out of the open. Let's go ahead and zoom in and look at this chop that happened here. Right out of the open, you had a decent opportunity as price was pulling back and stair-stepping down our levels here, right, from the previous daily high, off the Hopel just before the market opened, and then the next opportunity here right off the VWAP right after the market opened there. So you did have an opportunity with divergence to try and fade that, and you probably, if you did try that, you were able to get probably, let's see, if you shorted VWAP, you probably would have got 7-8 points out of it before it turned right back around. And then that was the beginning of the change in phase for the push higher, right? So they pushed, made a low for the day, and then we get the breakout through VWAP, the hold of VWAP on the pullback, although it didn't hold perfectly to the tick. That was a beautiful 61.8 retracement nearly to the tick. And then we got the breakout. So let's see what happened here on the push higher. You did get a couple opportunities here, and once again, it was a damn stair step the whole way up. So each roadmap level, once it found support on that 61.8 retrace, basically holding VWAP, pulled back and held VWAP, and then held the previous daily close, pulled back and held Hopel, pulled back and held the previous daily high, and then got through. I don't think this swing level was on the chart yesterday, so we're going to ignore that. And then, so it did pull back. In this case, not necessarily to a level we had on the chart, but right back to the swing high from the overnight session. And then we got the push, right? So it was a nice, easy stair step. Once it was clear that the bulls were starting to try and hold above the VWAP here, and we get the breakout through Hopel. Notice what happened there right off Hopel. That's another fade opportunity just a little bit after the open there. But once we could break through there, just stepped right up each of these well, I guess that one wasn't there. And then we just got the breakout, right? And so for the rest of the day, you basically just had to be a super aggressive buyer. And this is why I tell you guys, when we're in a strong market, this fast moving average becomes your best friend. And if you literally bought every pullback to the fast moving average, you could have kept adding and adding and adding, built a beautiful position all the way up to the high of the day, right? So even if you got in super late, maybe you got in on the pullback at 55.30, you should have been able to get another 30 points out of that push, right? So even if you missed out on the first 30 points breaking out, you got another opportunity to buy on that second pullback to the fast moving average, get another 30 points to the upside, and then at the end of the day, what do you know? They pull back right to the 200 moving average, kiss it 3 times, and then attempt to break out back to push to new all-time highs. And what happens? They fail just in front of the previous major high for the day, and that begins the pullback. Not too surprising, right? We talk about all this kind of stuff. We've at least talked about it in the past multiple times. So pretty good price action yesterday for the bulls, leading to this pullback at the end of the day. And that brought us into this overnight session where we've done nothing but chop around in a tight little range. So nothing too sexy to talk about in the overnight session outside of the fact that as price was failing lower in the beginning of the Globex session last night, if you tried to fade the back end of the VWAP, you did get yourself a little bit of a push. Fortunately, it didn't give you more than maybe 5-6 points, and then it came right back. 5, 6, 7 points, it came right back and has just been chopping back and forth. So nothing super notable to mention here in the overnight. Let's go ahead and see what the charts are saying for this morning. We've got a couple of minutes here to go through everything. We are on the new September 2024 contract. Now that the volume has obviously, basically yesterday was the beginning of the change where the volume has now shifted to the new contract